Being a manga artist in 2021 is such a great job and experience. From designing stories to creating fun and lovable characters. And let's not forget those nasty villains as well. It all just seems like a really fun time. Well, what if you're a beginner and you have your story and character ideas, but you don't have a style of art to call your own? Well, in this video, I will give you great tips on how to find your manga style. Let's get started, everyone. Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing something that I've been really excited about. I got a lot of questions just over my entire life as a manga artist. Once I started my project in 2018, this question has popped up quite a lot just in my DMs, just on YouTube's live streams when I was live streaming, just everywhere. You know, the big question for beginner manga artists: how do I find my manga style? It's a big question in the industry, and you know, it's a big stressful topic because people want to be diverse, they want to look different, but subconsciously your stuff's gonna look like what you've been drawing or what you've been admiring for so long. So we're gonna break it down into two parts for this video. The first one's gonna be what is style, and the second part's gonna be how do you find it. So let's get into it officially. And while you guys are watching this video, I'm going to be drawing the latest page from my fourth book in my series, Chikara, Power of God. So enjoy this time lapse as well. So the first question, what is style? What is manga style? Well, manga style in a nutshell is the personal way an artist draws a character for their series. So if you think of shows like My Hero Academia, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, they all are anime and manga, but they all look completely different. That's because each artist respectively has their own style that they draw with. Now, each artist gets their inspiration from their own inspirations. You know, if you're just looking at it from face value, Naruto and One Piece can probably stem more from Japanese mythology, rather than My Hero Academia, which honestly is inspired from Western comics like Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, that type of stuff. So style is just the way an artist draws their creations, in a sense. And it doesn't have to be just anime and manga. You know, style transfers to all type of art, because even though there's tons of genres of art out there, people that are doing the same genre still have to make their stuff look distinct to them. That way people don't get confused with them and another artist. But when you're looking at manga, we're living in a time now to when there's so much content being put out. And people are wondering, can I even be diverse anymore? Can I even be unique in this industry? Because so much is coming out, and a lot of it is looking similar, because a lot of the artists that are coming out in Japan are relatively fresh, they're new, but their inspirations are also relatively fresh, new, and young. So in my opinion, some of the stuff is looking very similar. Like, I can look at stuff and be like, oh, those eyes kind of look very similar to A, B, and C. Or, wow, those hands kind of look a little My Hero Academia-ish. So it's like, can you even be unique? Can you be diverse? So let me answer that question first. So the answer to that question is yes and no. Yes, you can be unique and diverse, but also no at the same time. Because, like I said, we're living in a point to where there's so much content coming out. It's so hard to be just super original anymore, because there's always going to be aspects, whether it's your story, whether it's your character design, background art, it's all going to be drawn from something that you've already seen, or deep down subconsciously having, like, you know, it really affects you and you want to try to replicate it because you want to pay homage to that, you know, A, B, and C artist. So yes, you can be diverse. That's the good news. Yes, you can still be original, but also no at the same time, because so many people are doing the same story but differently, you know, over and over again. The quote, "There's nothing new under the sun," that you've heard that, and it sucks to think about it that way, but it's true. There's nothing that's going to be brand new, original anymore. And I'm sorry if my English is terrible. I'm trying right now. So like I said, yes, you can be unique, you can be diverse. The question is, how are you going to make that happen, and how is it going to affect your drawing capabilities, so that way you can appear that you're unique, new, fresh to the scene, but you know, you still might be drawing from some of your inspirations. So this leads us to the next part of the video. This is the more detailed part of the video on actually how do you find your style? How do you create that style that when people look at it, they can go, yo, I know exactly who that is. That art's amazing. Let me follow the story. So when I was growing up, developing my own art style for the many other series that came before Chikara, because yeah, there was a couple, I kind of realized that finding your style goes into like almost like 2 to 3 different subcategory or sub steps, and I'm gonna break that down for you guys. So the first one is study. You guys got to study, study, study. I say that in all my videos, whether it's content creation, whether it's story creation, character design, you have to study. And what I mean by that is you have to study other artists. You know, if you're trying to get into shonen and you're like, man, I can't find my style, man, but I want to make some shonen manga, study some shonen manga. Study some Naruto, study some Bleach, study My Hero, One Piece, you know, Jujutsu Kaisen, Tokyo Revengers. Whatever you are just into at the moment, study it. See how that artist draws things. See how he does hair, or she. It can be both. See how I'll say they. See how they draw different things. See how they draw hands, hair, clothes, backgrounds, you know, vehicles, side characters, all that fun stuff. Study as a general aspect, you know, don't go into detail just yet. We're going to get there. Second subcategory is you have to practice, you know. Let's say you're studying Kohei Horikoshi. Practice. Draw some of his characters. Draw Deku. You know, draw, you know, Froppy, you know, Kachan, whatever. Draw All Might, because that's like really good anatomy. You have to practice these artist styles if you want to figure out your own. And I know that might seem redundant, like, why am I drawing someone else's stuff when I'm trying to make my own style? Trust me, it makes sense. Draw, 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 draw. Whether it's fan art, sketches, practice pages, you have to draw, guys. You really have to break it down and see what makes their style so unique, and like what can you pull from it that you might want to add to your arsenal for art. And the last subcategory to that, once you've studied, once you've practiced, then you can start designing your own original characters for your story or for your fan fiction or just, you know, for OC content. Start pulling from different artists. Be like, you know, I like the way Kohei draws hands, but I might not like the way he draws the eyes. Maybe I want to draw the eyes like, you know, a Bleach character or One Piece. Start experimenting. You got to mash up character designs together. Once you have an overall character design of just like, wow, you know, it looks cool, it looks unique, but you can see your inspirations from your different artists, you're moving in the right direction. And finally, my last little sub tip for that is it takes time. It's going to take a long time. A lot of months, a lot of drawing, and maybe even years. For me, it took years of just drawing, rinsing, repeating, adding, taking away, figuring out what type of art style I want to create. And I tell people all the time, they don't realize this, Kurisu's base design was literally I think it's Serif or Sero. I forgot to say his name, from My Hero Academia. The picture's on the screen. You know what I'm talking about. That was his base. That's who I was like, I want to make a character that looks like him, skinny, tall, but I want to tweak his design and make him look how he looked in the original design, and then how I finalized him. Because I took designs from and inspiration, I wouldn't say designs, inspiration from Haikyuu, My Hero, Naruto, and Bleach, and combined them all together to create Kurisu. Because it's a lot, and it took a long time. It took roughly, honestly, I wouldn't say I finalized his stuff until about 2018 or 19. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment if you have any other questions. I know this was kind of a crash course in how to find your style, but if you just remember those things, study, practice, redraw, and create, I think those are more than I talked about, but if you just remember those things, you will be on the way to making some quality original characters that are unique and diverse for the manga industry. So hope you guys enjoy. See you for the next video.